To be honest, Krump is more than just a dance, an outlet. Some call it therapy. Krump is literally a part of my life. All right.
State who you are.
Ramel, Harold, dance name B-Type, Silverbuck, Kong, DC East Captain, Pennsylvania Krump leader. Yeah.
On some bully fucking joints up on some woody shit. I flip the hoodie, feeling beastie on some woolly shit. I pack some goodie in that font, so I be too legit to quit all that yap. I pull that strap and give your juice a lift up. The MOP is in my soul, I got the bones of jigger. Control shift, I'm taking a stroll through my zone, nigga. Press some combo, the 3-piece with the side shit. I side shifts with the glide, make his mind twitch.
So Ramel, when did Pac officially become Pac?
Pac formed. It was an idea that I came up with, and I ran it by another one of the leaders, Theo, or Gorilla Grodd, Twin Freak Show, and it originated in 2020, around the time where pandemic was at its height. So I was just thinking about other ways to revive the Krump community in the state, and unify it. So that's how Pac was born, and I just ran by him. Just said keep it simple as Pennsylvania Krump movement, and then Pac was like the marketable acronym and name that we could push behind it, so it could be easier for people to pronounce and remember, like they do now.
And so, since you've been, since your inception, you guys have seen a lot of success. Especially you guys traveling for battles. So, what has been the key to surviving in the East Coast Krump movement?
It's very simple. The key to surviving, or the key to earning and a good respect and surviving is showing up when you can. Just show up and don't expect anything. You just show up, show face, whether it be a battle, a session, and show up just because. Pull up to communities where there's no event going on. Contact them in the inbox. Hey, this weekend I'm free. Can I pull up on y'all? That's things that we do, that I would do. I did it when I first started Krumping to build that rapport with the East Coast and with Krump. So it was always something that I've been doing naturally. Yeah. What does
Pac mean to you? What does Pennsylvania Krump mean to you?
Oh, well, yeah, man. Pac is, it means a lot to me. Like, it's more so, what is it to me? It's more so like, it's just a representation of individuals that understand the same message on a mutual level, so that when you can do that with a community of people spread out hours apart, it just represents family. You get what I'm saying? Unity. We move as a pack. Find Pac at PA_Krump_. That's how you can find us on social media as far as Instagram. We don't have a Facebook page yet, but that's where you can keep up with all of our news. And you can follow me at Beaztype, BEAZTHYPE. I also post Pac news on there, as well as my content as far as Krump and other styles of dance. And PA_Krump_.
final words that you want to give to the people before we head up out of here, man?
You know, if you're gonna do something, just make sure it's because you want to do it, and you have the good intentions behind doing it, and yeah, just make sure you stay true to what you really want to do.
My name is Darren Barron Jr., aka Sonic X, aka Silverbuck Deuce.
Go!
So, Silverbuck Deuce, can you tell me what Krump means to you?
Yes.
What Pennsylvania Krump means to you?
Definitely. So Pennsylvania Krump in general means deep emotion, feeling, expression, raw, being able to tell your story through movement, being able to convey to people how you feel without even speaking to them with words, and just really speaking through my movement. Krump is something that I was exposed to years ago through Ramel, actually. He and Pembroke Krumpers back then, back in the high school years, and being able to see the culture, being able to learn about the culture, being able to see the movement. It's always been with me, even though I took a break for a while, but Krump has always been a part of me. You know, we all come from different walks of life. You know, we all have different backgrounds, different stories, but the main matter of it is that we're one. We're as one. We're as a community. We're as a culture, and we focus on how we can help each other grow.
If you had to say, aside from a dancer, what else do you contribute to Pennsylvania Krump? What would it be?
Yes, definitely. So I contribute from a filmmaking perspective. I really enjoy doing film making, like video work, photography, being able to capture the stories of so many different Krumpers and their backgrounds, and so being able to interview quite a few of them and being able to learn about how they started and how they started to organize their own events and why they got into Krump helped me as a dancer to be able to connect with them from that perspective. So, you know, being able to contribute my talents and my gifts to other people so that they can have a platform to share their story and to share things that they've gone through in their life to help other people who can be encouraged by them as well.
I hear that you also have your own dance series called My City, if that's correct.
Yes. So My City Dance Series actually was a branch from another project called What's Your Story? And so What's Your Story documentary series is a platform that gives people in the community the opportunity to tell their story and to help motivate, inspire, and help other people to grow. And so that was covering people that have like small businesses, or you have artists, and that pretty much was like a wide range of people. But My City Dance Series started from that. So that was more so coming in to tell the stories of dancers from different communities.
Any last words that you want to say about your wonderful movement of Pennsylvania Krump?
Absolutely. Just be you. Just be your authentic self. You know, you don't have to pretend to be something that you're not. Just be who you are. You know, don't be afraid. No one's going to judge you.
My name is Jamil Marion, also go as Hello Laces, Twin Beast Hype, Boy Bruiser, all of that good stuff.
You are one of the hardest workers of Pennsylvania Krump, as I've been told.
Appreciate it.
Tell me what it's like to be in Pennsylvania Krump, sir.
It's dope, man. I've been around for a little bit, but like to finally like reconnect with other dancers that's in PA that I didn't know was here. Like if I feel connected now. Like I felt alone for a while because I was always in like a b-boy scene or a popper scene, so I wasn't really in a Krump scene until I started meeting Ramel and everybody else. So like to actually connect with everybody and meet everybody, it's good. Like I actually feel like I found my home. My mom came home with Rise when this one was stationed in Germany. My mom came home with Rise one day. First I didn't like it. I wasn't with it. Then it kind of grew on me after a little bit. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try it out. And then I remember we had I think it was 8th grade, we had like a dance off and I battled a girl and she beat me bad. She beat me so bad. And then ever since then, I've just been with it, man. I love Krump now.
One word, what do you think that word would be to summarize Pennsylvania?
Unique. I feel like we bring a different element to the table, especially on the East now, because there's people known like Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York. It's like those states are known for their Krump area, dance area, but I feel like PA, we bring a whole different flavor. There's not a lot of styles like us.
What are the greatest moments in Krump for you that has emerged in your life?
Honestly, I would say meeting Ramel at the Philly session. That was like actually my first actual Krump session. So being able to meet Ramel, meet other people that was like their first time actually coming to an actual Krump session and just connecting with everybody there, like, okay, like, yo, just like I really found my tribe now. So like that was, for me, was probably the greatest moment for me, especially around that time. I was going through a pretty rough time at the moment. So like to really connect with other people and actually feel like I'm part of a brotherhood, like that's the memory I will always and forever cherish and keep with me.
Hello Laces got it in store for us.
Listen.
We need you to give us some socials so where we can follow you.
Okay, well my IG is Hello Laces, HELLOLACE, easy dot boy bruiser, BOYBRUI 5ER. In my Facebook, Jamil Marion, but you can find that out on,
That's only if you get to know him, folks.
Yeah, you gotta get to know me.
Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much, sir.
I appreciate you, man.
aka Twin Jersey.
My name is Michael Allen, aka Phantom.
My name is Eldon, aka L Sirius.
You're talking to Jersey Hype and also Madhouse District.
Please tell me about the inception of Jersey Hype.
The inception just came from a long history of individuals moving and grooving as Krumpers to finally moving cohesively. You know what I'm saying? This came from a discovery. People were making moves. We reached out to someone, introduced them to a group, and the group started coming together and moving cohesively, and then it stayed consistent for many years. And here we are at what we are.
5 years running strong, right?
6 years.
6 years.
We need 6 years.
I stand corrected. 6 years running strong.
I'm gonna start with you. When did you come into Jersey Hype and what was it like?
I came into Jersey Hype in its beginning around 2016, 2017. I met with Milan. I was introduced to Milan by somebody by the name of Hideout, who was also there at the start. He introduced me to Milan because we were supposed to be in a dance event back in Jersey in 2016. But we went over to his house in Bloomfield. We met up. That's where I met Mike. That's where I met Eldon.
and we sessioned just that whole night, and like it was just like we were all at home. I was brand new coming off on the scene. I started out as an animation style dancer, and then I just completely fell into Krump, and I never looked back.
Michael, it seems that you've been doing this for quite some time. You are what, 10 plus years, is it correct?
The word beginning, man, it has so many. It stretches, like when you say beginning, it stretches far wide for each and every one of us. You know what I'm saying? Each and every one of us has a beginning. There's a beginning for practically everything. My beginning was back in 2007 when I happened to see Krump on TV, and I felt something real from it. You know what I'm saying? Back then, we had very few resources to learn Krump than we do now. You know what I'm saying? Now it's more instructional. Back then it was more visual through the internet, through YouTube. You know what I'm saying? MySpace. You know what I'm saying? But staying consistent with my brothers, Malcolm and Aaron, we were just kids trying to get through everyday life, whether it be school, our personal problems at home. You know, we were kids having fun with dads. You know what I'm saying? Back then our world was a lot smaller. You know, we had our dancing in the bedroom, dancing in the living room, you know, dancing in the parking lot, out on the street. You know, then went on to dancing on stage, people asking us to perform on stage in musical pieces or, you know, talent shows, auditioning for crews. Then, you know, So You Think You Can Dance audition. So, and then I was discovered through traveling. I was discovered by Milan, another Jersey leader, Milan, aka 07, through one of my SLX takes, you know. So he discovered me, invited me to a session, and that's when I met these cats for the very first time. And then it stayed consistent from there.
Now, Mr. Harris, or should we call you the executioner, how about you? Because you coming from Neptune, it's kind of hard to, you know, find these guys when you're all the way down in South Jersey. So how did you find Jersey Hype?
So for starters, I used to be from NY, so I was like, it's like I used to be NY. I used to be supporting the Concrete City. I used to be going to their sessions a lot, and then later on I moved back into Jersey. But when I first realized Krump, it was through, of course, the documentary Rise. And when I was watching it, I didn't know nothing about Krump like that, but I was digging it. But what really intrigued me was two things. It was a part when Little C said, "This dance never stays the same. It changes every day." And on top of that, Todd Eyes was wilding out on sessions like crazy. This is when I first discovered him. I never seen no one move that unpredictable and that fast before. So I digged into the internet, found out the dance already evolved. It's not even dancing like it was in Ride. It wasn't doing face paint. They were dressing up like it was like people from the streets already. So I digged into it and I said, yo, I want to do this. Remind y'all, I was doing popping. Doing the lock-in, doing the Michael Jackson January stuff. I said, you know what, I'm gonna add Krump in my repertoire. Fast forward to now, I said I was gonna meet Todd Eyes up in New York. He was first time being in NY in Buffalo. If y'all familiar with Kingdom Krump. Yeah, you remember those days? Yes. Peace, he remembers this. First time meeting Todd Eyes. I remember when I first ran into Eyes, the first thing he said, showed him my video, right? You wanna know what this guy said to me? Everything's good. This new character. Just slowly passed the camera back to me. No lie, went back to the house, lab, 6 hours straight. Fast forward, 2015, I wanted to create a group of people that is in the Krump. That's when I ran into Milan, Hideout, who was it? Chronic. Was a couple others. If I missed your name, I'm sorry. I know because y'all there was buck individuals themselves.
Pegasus.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah, there it is.
Pegasus, yo. Yeah, he was buck as well, and he was also like a great dancer as well. So, made this. Someone told Milan to come hit me up. I think it was my man Limit. That's when me and Milan and Hideout, we all sessioned for the first time at his house. This was over in East Orange, I believe. You know what I mean? Now here we are. Fast forward, next session, met him to this guy, Quarter Red, New Jersey. Fast forward, after that session, ran into this guy up in Milan's new place, the 07s. And here we are 60 years later, all having the same idea. And here we are, this bucking in New Jersey.
What made you guys want to keep this tight-knit family? Because the more I find out about Jersey, the more I find about Jersey Hype, and also about Madhouse District, and also about the Jersey Hype leaders, it's a very tight-knit group. What sets you apart from other movements? Because this movement is very young, as we've all stated. It's about 6 years old. However, I have seen this unit move like a family. So, what is Jersey Hype to you?
That's preach, man. You already know.
Yeah, you already know. You got the words for that.
What is Jersey Hype to you?
Yeah, you got the words for that, family.
It started by leading by example. You know what I'm saying? There was already a love for Krump, like a real love for Krump, not somebody claiming to do it and then having nothing to show for it. You know what I'm saying? It started with multiple individuals having a real love for this dance, and then meeting people who sympathize, and you not only love to dance with each other, but you grow to like each other that much. You know what I'm saying? These are some real cool people. And no ego was present in any of the sessions or the activities. So it just naturally molded together. Yeah, from different pieces just naturally forming a single body. And so we just move as a single body, you know what I'm saying? And it's an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to change the norm here in Jersey, you know what I'm saying? Here the dance is unfamiliar as well as the culture, so Jersey Hype is an opportunity to change that, to bring it into the norm, you know what I'm saying? Let people understand it for real, and if they want to make it their own for themselves, they can. There's education now, there's instruction now, there's guidance, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to just watch a YouTube screen anymore, you know what I'm saying? You can come to where the real thing is, so that's what we can provide for people who really want into this. That's what Jersey Hype is. It's our opportunity to bring Krump to life on this soil.
Jersey Hype in the next 5 years?
For me, the next 5 years, I see our movement growing. More dancers, more people being involved in Krump, and just noting who Jersey Hype really is as a movement in this state and in the Krump community as a whole.
5 more years, I see our roots being a lot more grounded, our relations being better, and not just with dancers, as far as establishments willing to house the movement, and having better relations outside of our state lines.
Next 5 years, I see a lot of newcomers from different styles coming into our movement, doing different videos. I even see some people transferring from from Jersey Club, probably coming over here. I can see it. It all depends on what happens. I feel like we're in a steady ground right now. We keep the consistency going. It can take it. We can take it up even further.
Krump names or regular names?
What state?
Your regular and Krump names, please.
Nobody knows his regular name unless you VIP. That's why.
I think AK.
No, just call him Apollo Creed, the main guy.
No, he has to have his regular name.
I know y'all. It's your boy K Shaw, aka Limit.
Yeah, I'm Nico, aka Fable the praise dancer, and you know the whole thing, but Fable for sure.
Gentlemen, can you guys give me the inception history of Concrete City?
All right, so from my understanding, Concrete City was not a single unit when it first started out. When it first started out, it was people from Brooklyn and then cats from the Bronx. Am I cool? Right?
Killing them, Tiger.
Was there cats in Manhattan yet and all that? We talking like 2005, right? 2005, that's when like Rise comes out. From my understanding of the history with Brooklyn, so you have EO Squad, okay? I'm a part of EO Squad, you know, all of that. And 2005, there's a crumper, well, before everybody was crumping, there's a guy named Bruce, right? Rudolphus Maximus, the homie. He comes, and from my understanding, you know, he already has some dancers in EO Squad and things of that nature. Other people that you could talk to about EO Squad history, Struggle, Dreams, Nightmare, you know, like those are some cats that you could talk to as well. But anyway, long story short, Brew comes in, shows him Rise, and at first they're just like, yo, what the hell is this? And he's just like, yo, y'all gonna get on it. Just give it time. Basically, long story short, around like 2005, you had Brooklyn, and then, from my understanding, only the Bronx. So Concrete City was not a unit at first. We were separated, and for quite a bit, there was like beef, right? Or kind of like tension between the two brothers.
It wasn't really like beef. It was tension because it's like you not us,
Mm-hmm.
not you. You know, I'm Brooklyn, y'all the Bronx. You know, just keep it like that. We the better side. It's in New York, you know. That's how it went. But it's just nobody was letting up for years, bro. For years, and you've seen it through people's actions. You know.
Okay. So when did that supposed beef start to, I'll say maybe, help make you guys, you know, say, hey, you know, there's something bigger than us. Let's actually come together. When did you guys actually start to come together as the same team? So it took 5 years for you guys to do that?
Yeah, because we were still kids, you know. So a lot of people was living in different spots. I had just moved upstate, family. So us being in contact with each other wasn't the easiest thing, but somehow, some way, we always made sure we came back. All of us, no matter if it was Brooklyn or the Bronx.
Because I started dancing late 2010, early 2011. So I started coming in, I guess, when that little tension was kind of dying out. It was still there sometimes, you know what I mean? Like I remember going to a band barbecue, and there was some tension between BAM and EO Squad, or some members of BAM and some members of EO Squad. But so I didn't see the whole thing.
That's because people felt like they didn't lose battles.
Right.
That's all it was for. I mean, they felt like they didn't lose battles, or you know, some people was under people. It was like, oh, I'm better than you. Why am I under you? Or that. That's the only two reasons, really.
But Lemon said, like, everybody was still little kids. You know what I'm saying? They were finding themselves, and Krump was a way that a lot of us. First off, we grew up with each other, and so it's like a lot of us grew up with each other. We done seen people go through the best times in their life, the people go through the worst times. We done lost people in the movement, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Armageddon, rest in peace, you know, Kair. The one thing that I guess, you know, I would want to stress in that little portion of just everybody growing is that Krump was that unifying factor that brought us all together. But like I said, once again, we were kids, bro. We were like stumbling through things. We were learning things, hitting the ground running. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have a how-to. This is how you Krump. Here's the formula. Here's how you live life with Krump. Like, for me anyway, I can speak on this side. Krump was a very integral part of just like community. Let's say if you had a birthday, right? Homies gonna come through, they're gonna cage you. It's love, you know what I mean?
Can you explain what a cage is for those who may not know?
A cage is pretty much like you getting Krump jump in a way.
No, that is not the same thing. Krump jump is something, and it's not that.
Okay, this is why I likened it to Krump jump. I could be wrong then, right? But this is why I likened it to that. It's not a one-on-one. It's one versus however many in the room, and the way that it goes is not you go and then someone goes and then you go and then that same person goes. It's not like you handling one person at a time. You got to battle everybody. So it's you versus one person, you versus the next person, then you go again. While you're on your third round, everybody's still on their first round, and you got to keep the energy up. You got to keep going. You got to outlast everybody. So that's why I call it like a Krump jump, because it's just like it ain't a fair thing. You know what I'm saying?
It is. See, now a cage is not supposed to be seen. The term Krump jump, to jump anybody, you know that's a stern, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's not that at all. That's more of a pack out.
Okay.
Feel me? A cage is something you do to somebody willing to come to your squad or whatever, or your fam, or to give, like, rejoice for, like you said, like a birthday party or something. Like, yeah, we on cage, you like, you made it the next year, another year. Yeah. That's the way we do that.
It's like a rites of passage.
Yeah, type. It's not really jumping somebody. A pack out is a Krump jump. And we've been looking for you. It's time. We have the session now, you dancing, so we all about to throw our energy at you. We don't care. You're trying to dance, but we're not gonna let you.
So the intention is different.
Yes,
gotcha.
Very different.
Gotcha.
So would you guys say that New York Krump culture is more gritty and more raw than any other state on the East Coast? Or do you guys think that you guys...
One of the most grittiest spots in the world for Krump, probably the most.
It's a bold statement.
You can ask anywhere that visits here says, oh, y'all bum, y'all aggressive.
And you take that with pride. I love it.
I don't take it with pride. I'm just saying it is what it is. It's what I've been told for years.
It's the fact of the matter, and I would agree to that in this light too. If we're talking about Krump attitude, right? Krump, originated, and again, what people are going to say whatever they want. Krump originated in Cali, right? Let's just say that, right? It's originated in Cali or grew in Cali, right? Now, Eyes came to New York, for example, and while he was teaching a workshop, said that the conception of Krump came when he was in New York, okay? Now, if y'all know Krump history as far as like the tracks, you listen to the way that, Eyes used to talk about himself, he had characters based on the New York attitude, and niggas would copy Eyes, and therefore copy the New York style. So, that's why you had niggas in New York fitteds, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a New York thing. Niggas in Timbs.
Not only just any fitted, the New York fitted is the logo for Krump.
You know what I mean?
Our construction Timbs is the logo for Krump. Our puffy jackets is the gear for Krump.
Gritty, like that's all New York lingo and stuff like that.
Facts. That's all like Yonkers. We got a whole spot. That's a hype.
That's a hype. Yonkers. So long story short, it's like, niggas can say what they want, but at the end of the day, New York is the place that you have to pay homage to and say this is where the Krump attitude comes from. Right. And it grabs yourself in, that's New York.
So in a way, we can embrace that.
Okay.
It is what it is.
So tell us about BAM. Big Apple Mafia.
So BAM was a group that was made in the Bronx. So basically, before we was BAM, right? We was the BX Krump Kings. I made that name myself. When I first started, I started 05 by myself. I was at my cousin's house. She had a Roz movie on bootleg. She showed me this. She like, yeah, I always thought you could do this. Like, ta-da. So I watched it and I got hooked. I thought I was gonna be a clown. My uncle convinced me to be a Krumper because he's like, man, the clowns is clowns, basically. The next thing you know, I grabbed my little brother and my cousin for that first, probably 8 months, bro. I'm dancing with them, practicing, just doing what we saw in the movie. Ripping our tank tops. That was the ultimate move. You ripped your tank top, you won. So, facts. This is dead how it started. Oh, boom. brother and my cousin, they stopped doing it, right? Like they stopped. So I'm still like, I'm watching it, trying to keep up with it and all that good stuff. Next thing you know,
Can y'all pause real fast? Cause I'll read that. My bad.
yeah.
Continue with the story.
So bad boom shaky, right? Next thing, the next thing that happened, I'm practicing Krump in my house. Now my neighbor at the time, Hazard, he was just a known dancer in the neighborhood for doing music video dances. So he came to the door asking for like some ketchup, I think. Just the man, the hood, feel me? Right. If neighbors is family, yo, y'all got a little bit of family, sugar or something. That happened or whatever, gave him the ketchup. Well, as he was getting the ketchup, my brother started like laughing, telling him like, yo, get you the Krump dancing now. Da 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 da. So Hazard starts bawling laughing, right? Bawling laughing. He's calling me like, yo, come to the door. I'm running to the door like, yo, what's good, bro? He's like, yo, your brother told me you're a Krump dancer. Like, yeah, like, feel me? Like, I ain't really crazy enough, I'm just starting. He's like, show me something. Showed him, fell to his knees, cried laughing. You ain't no Krump dancer, ha 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 ha. OD, right? Boom. Do y'all not know? The next day he came to my house and asked for that Roz DVD. The next day after that, y'all wanna start a Krump crew. That's dead how that happened. Feel me? We didn't have no Pride yet. Pride had moved uptown. He used to live on our block when he was younger, but whatever. But Samson still lived on our neighborhood. Samson is his blood cousin. So we was still around Samson. So whenever he came from uptown, he's always been like a great dancer. Feel me? Pride has always been a great dancer. But Hazard, because he had moved back, something had happened uptown. Started chilling Hazard on in the neighborhood. Next thing you know, he's like imitating somebody from what Roz did. And then Hazard's like, yo, what you know about that? He's like, oh, I seen that. Next thing you know, he has lent him my DVD. So yeah, they never gave me my DVD back. After that, Has started coming over to my house. Yeah, yo, we trying to lab practice. Started going to the lobbies, practicing. That's where the Samson used to come too. He was there since day one, you feel me? But he wasn't crumping. He used to sit on the side and like jitter because he was like nervous about trying it, feel me? To me, like encourage them, like, yo, bro, pull up, like it's just us, you know? We don't care, you shouldn't either. We just having fun, you know? So he pulled up. Next thing you know, we kept dancing. So we decided one day, like, you know what? We gotta call ourselves something. And I was like, oh, it's lit. I already know a name. BX Krump Kings. Because ain't nobody else out here, and we the first, you know? Carrying that name, going around, calling ourselves the BX Krump Kings. I say like the first year or the second year, that's when we met EO Squad. Because we had also danced, joined the dance crew to like legitimize ourselves. So we was just like, you know what, let's just join the crew, start doing these shows. And luckily we did that and met the rest of our city. Met EO Squad on stage. At first, they was on stage crumping, and we like, man, they trash or whatever, right? And then we started listening to the songs they was dancing to. Then we like, oh nah, wait a minute. They know though. Like they're up to date with everything because Krump grows every day. So if you know like the now, you hit. Yeah. Mind you, I think this is the same night or the night after when Stomp the Yard came out. Boom. So we did after the show talking to each other like, yeah, battled right then and there. Everybody got the battling right then and there. From that day, that's when the animosity spewed up. Like, nah, I ain't beat you, da 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 da. The whole EO Squad was there, just like the whole band was there. I got you. Like, yeah, now I'm starting to think about it. So that happened. We changed the name again 2 years later because we felt we wasn't the Kings. Well, not we, Hazard said that. Came up with the name Big Apple Mafia. It was that ever since.
Okay. If there's one thing about Concrete City that you guys say you embody, what would it be?
Each of us.
The entire movement as a whole. What would you describe it as?
Freedom and ambition.
Any last words I want to say about Concrete City before we have to close the case?
I mean, I guess all I would say is that the one thing for me, right, in my experience, is that one thing that I learned in Concrete City, that even in going to different events, hanging out with different people in different states, you know, this, that, and the third, even if I wasn't like battling at events, just me going to events, the one thing that I learned from here is character. And niggas know that when I teach, if I teach, that's all that I teach. Everything goes through character, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, I literally saw like, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm pretending to be Krump. Like going back to what you man said, New York attitude. We ain't gotta pretend to be nothing. We just that. That's just us when we get up. That's just our regular day life. So it's like people were not pretending to be their character. I mean, you had some people. You know, I have certain people in mind, but whatever. But you know, for the most part, you didn't have to pretend to be somebody that you weren't. Like for example, my first big homie Zio, right, Nightmare. He taught me character work. Okay, he taught me the basics of character work. You look at Nightmare, and then like then when you talk to him about what's your character or what was you were inspired by, then it makes sense why he dresses the way he dresses. You know what I'm saying? Why he holds himself, the way he holds himself. And it's not because he's pretending to be something that he's not. That's just who he is. And so with that knowledge, and then you see the man dance, you're like, oh wow, like this is great because he's playing a character of himself. But all in all, I'll say this about Concrete City is that Concrete City, from the jump, I would characterize as like a city full of tribes. Then at one point we came together and made one big tribe called Concrete City. And we still growing now, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to continue going with the different generations, God willing.
Got sessions every other Sunday. Pull up.
Facts. That's it. Every other Sunday you can hit up me or the homie.
I can't really say I learned anything. Like something I learned from being a leader of New York, one of the founders of New York. It's hard to teach people. That's the only thing I learned really. As a family, you can lead the horse to the water, but they're gonna drink if they want to. That's about it.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate your time and the pleasantries. That'll be all.
We still want this DVD.
Yes, that's a damn right. I'm still. Did you ever get your DVD back?
He said he's still waiting for it. He said he's still waiting for it.
Yo, it's 07, Black Lion, Mutamasa, out here in Vegas doing the Awakening show live at the Wind Hotel. Just want to take a moment, say shouts out to Jersey Hype, shouts out to the leader, shouts out to Madhouse District. And shouts out to Nick, Big Bear, Little 07, Kid Lionheart for putting this together, and bringing to light stories of other Krump community leaders and dancers and hitters, and shouts out to PAC, shouts out to PA, for always being an ally to us back in Jersey. Definitely doing my best to rep Jersey while I'm out here in Vegas. Can't wait to come back soon and vibe with everybody. But big ups to Nick, big ups to Tri-State, big ups to the whole masterpiece. You know what I mean?
Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Proof the Crook, Knucklehead Miho X, you already know who it is, Eastside. I just want to give a shout out to the fucking movements over here that have been going crazy. You got the PAC movement out there in PA. You got the Concrete City movement out there in New York. And you got the Jersey Hype movement out there in Jersey, man. Shout out to them, man. Y'all niggas is really getting bucked, really showing a lot of energy and making sure that the East is still moving forward. I appreciate that as a leader. Let's keep it going. Let's keep working. Never stop, baby. You already know. Eastside.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy DOA, aka Twin War Trigger from Boston, Mass. Just want to give a shout out to the whole tri-state area, you know, putting off the Krump, throwing sessions, throwing events. Keep doing y'all thing, man. Really appreciate y'all, for real. East side.
My name is LeVar McCree, or also known as Basics in Krump. People also call me Style Tie-Dyes or Twin Style Ripper. But I have to give so much love to the East Coast right now. New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Cultures that have been just developing and growing over the years. So many elite dancers came from that section of the East. And the dress code, the music, and all the other influences that came from y'all region has impacted Krump in a way that's undeniable. Now you're seeing many people from where you are from main eventing these battles. They're having some of the highest views on YouTube, and they're definitely making a mark all across the world. And some are traveling overseas. So definitely proud of everything you guys are doing. Keep going, because your time is now.
You with that old bang bang. You see it. You see it. Click clack bang bang. Oh, come on, hit you with that old bang bang. Click clack. Oh, click clack. Oh, click clack. Oh, bang bang. Oh, you see it. Come on, you see it.